Hello and welcome to my studio. I'm Sally Mankey. I'm a fiber artist, a teacher, a pattern designer, but I'm here today in my role as an Island Batik Ambassador. This is my fourth year working with Island Batik and their industry partners, and I couldn't be more delighted than to show you what is in our second box of the year. We use these materials to make a project every month, which we post on social media, and I also have a blog. There are 24 other Island Batik Ambassadors this year, so I invite you to follow my blog at www.sallymankey.com, and there you can check and see who else the other Island Batik Ambassadors are and what their projects are. Today I have behind me my May project, which was to design a modern quilt, and I used a line of fabrics there that were provided by Island Batik and their industry partners, and I'm here to talk to you today about what came in my July box. So Hobbs Batting is one of the industry partners, and I so enjoy opening the box to see what has been sent this time. And sometimes it's something new and sometimes it's an old friend. So let's start with our old friend, which is Thermomore batting, and it's a super duper thin batting, pretty stiff, and I love it for two different purposes. One is anything that you're going to make as apparel. It's thin and just works super well to provide that just perfect weight if you're making something to wear. The other thing is for small art quilts because it has a stiffness to it and it's very thin, so you can work with lots of detail and still have a nice batting. So that's one of my favorites. Another one that's kind of in the bottom of the pile here, bear with me, is a cotton wool blend from the Tuscany collection, and I absolutely love this one. If you do any quilts for quilt shows, it has the ability to just shake off wrinkles. It's lightweight, and so if you're packaging up a quilt to send off to a show, you can be assured that when it's hanging at its location, it's not going to be filled with wrinkles. It just has the ability to just shake those off. I have the next one is an heirloom 80/20 bleached, which is a super white. So if you're working on a modern quilt that has a lot of white in it, this works really well as the backing because it doesn't shadow it like a natural batting would. And this one's a queen size 90 by 108, and so that will be used in my next mostly white quilt, and I have kind of an idea for that one. The next one is totally new to me. I've never used this one. It's a cotton batting. Again, it's a queen, and it's from the heirloom collection, but it's fusible, and so I need to do some study on this, but a real advantage here is if you have to baste your quilts, or do the spray on them to get them so that the batting and the quilt backing and top all stay together. This, you just lay them out, give them a press, and they stick right where you need them. The next one is fusible batting strips. And this one is so popular right now for rugs and totes and bags. Works great if you need that 2.5-inch strip for you're making a bag with a strap on it. This one's already cut for you exactly the perfect size. So that one works really well. So another industry partner is, and I'm pretty excited about this one because it's coming up for our August blog hop, and that's from Deb Tucker, who's with Studio 180 Design. Needed to check my notes so I had that exactly perfect if you want to Google it. And Deb makes wonderful rulers where you sew your blocks just a little bit larger and then you cut them so that every single one, when you go to piece them together, are exactly the perfect size. And my tool that I received with the Blog Hop is called Corner Pop, and I have a lot of Deb's rulers, but I don't have this one. So I'm very excited about what we're gonna do with that. And these are the fabrics from Island Batik that I received to work with that on. And it is just a huge bundle by Kathy Engel. Look at these, it's called Flutterfly, and I kind of confused that with butterfly, but this one's Flutterby, and it has just some salmons and greens and blues and mauves and just some gorgeous like fluttery by colors. And so each of these is, let me just check for the size of each of these, half yards. So half yards of, looks like at least 20 different fabrics in that line. And it has 2 coordinates with 2 half-yard pieces, a dark and a light, that goes super well with those. And I'm going to use that with my Deb Tucker ruler. And in addition to that, they sent a basics foundation, which are always available from Island Batik. You can check with your favorite quilt shop about those. And those are just going to blend super well for that project. Kind of skipped over the July project, which I'm almost done with right now, and that is July. The July is never too early, and I'm working on some Christmas tree skirts for that. So follow my blog, and you'll see those. And then we have another company that works with Island Batik, and has my first experience with these was last year, and I made a backpack. It's Bags by Annie, and this year we got to pick not only our pattern that we're going to use, but also our fabrics. So I picked Open Wide 2.0. And this particular pattern, when you purchase the pattern, it comes with a video. So if for every little detail, if you've never made a bag and you're wondering like, how do you put in zippers or how do you get the corners just right? She has a video about this that you can watch the video. And what's another especially nice thing about Patterns by Annie is that for every one of her patterns, she has all of the supplies that you need, whether it's the mesh or the zippers or the special colored elastic or whatever you might need. And she also sends us the batting on here, which is a stabilizer, and we're gonna quilt those with our fabrics. And I'm not going to share with you the fabrics that I got for that. You'll have to read my blog and catch those. So another industry partner is Aurifil thread, and I'm super excited about the October challenge because it's thread painting, and I really like the arty part of quilting, and so this is going to be a truly artsy thread painting thing, but they've added a new dimension to that this year, and they've assigned us an endangered animal or critter of some kind. I got the red panda, which I've been doing some reading on, and our requirement is that we have to use all 3 of the reds in the red panda collection in order to thread paint that. Of course, we're welcome to use many of the other Aurifil threads that they've provided with us in the past. So I've already started looking at some ideas for that because conservation and natural resources are one of my passions, so I'm very pleased about that. So some of the other fabrics that came in the box are I call them stash builders. They're 5-inch cuts with the fabric, and each roll has 4 different fabrics in it. So it's 5 inches by the width of the fabric, and then there are 4 of them, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each package. And I received 2, one kind of the blues and aquas, which are so pretty with a little bit of red in there, and the other one is just this doiny modern bright pinks and greens and some more blues, the colors that I just love. living here on the shore of Lake Michigan, anything that's blue or water related is something that I truly enjoy. So another grouping was another foundation bundle that I received, and each of these in the foundation bundle I believe are half-yard cuts. Yes, half-yard cuts. And these are just, they're great blenders. They're, oh, where do I need that specific color? And they're just always available at your local quilt shop, so check with them for those. Another bundle part that I just truly enjoy too are the basics. And these are the black, gray, and white, which just are so nice for modern quilts or backs, or some of the where you need to fill in with a color or just a basic in there. And so I received this gray, white, and black in here, and it checked. It didn't say how many yards were in each, but you can see it's a pretty good sized bundle, and I didn't want to unwrap it just yet to get in there. But if you've not used the solids from Island Batik, give them a try. They are very, very high thread count, and so I know you'll enjoy using them because there's none of the issues of raveling that you have with some other fabrics. And the other basic that I received was I just couldn't imagine, it's 6 yards, what a generous amount. And it's almond, which is one of my favorite. I use it as a neutral. It's just one of my very most favorite. It fits in almost any quilt, whether it's traditional or modern, or whether you're doing an art quilt or whatever. So that's another plus too. And then I have one other bundle, which I'm gonna peek in later, but you don't get to. It's called the Surprise Package. It's for our November challenge, which is Storm at Sea. And all of the ambassadors are going to do that same pattern and the same month. Just, it'll be fun to see how everybody else uses that design to incorporate their fabrics. But this surprise package will be in stores in November, and it's called Twilight Glow, which is just a really pretty name too. So that's what was in my box. This one of my 2 boxes that I receive each year from Island Batik, and just follow along and see what we create with these. Thank you for listening.